I grew up in a small town in Massachusetts, only about 10,000 people, so very few people have heard of it. And I spent most of my childhood there, except for a short stint actually in Tennessee, where I lived on an Air Force base when my dad was in the service during Vietnam. I went to Yale College, where I majored in history, and then on to Harvard Law School, where I was fortunate enough to meet my husband. We were in the same small section first year, which means we took all of our classes together, so really got to know each other quite well. When we graduated, we moved to Washington, D.C., where we were both in practice for a while, and he continues to be a practicing attorney. He does primarily appellate and big commercial litigation, and we were fortunate enough to have 3 wonderful kids. We have 21-year-old twins, Jake and Lily. Jake is a senior at SMU, and Lily's a senior at the University of Oregon. And then we have a 20-year-old son, Sam, who is a junior at Vanderbilt. So another great reason to be coming to the great state of Tennessee. I view the role as empowering your faculty, staff, and students to succeed. It's really hearing what their dreams are, hearing what excites them, and then trying to make those dreams a reality in whatever way you possibly can. The reason the liberal arts are so important is because it teaches students how to dream big, how to think critically, how to talk civilly, and how to tackle problems that we can't even imagine. 20 years ago, we would not be in a position where we had to think about how to handle a global pandemic or how to continue to move our democracy forward and ensure that we continue to treasure and nurture it. And a liberal arts college gives students the best possible preparation for that. To be able to write, to be able to engage, to be able to speak, to be able to listen are just absolutely essential skills that the liberal arts teaches students. And I think there's no better environment to do that than a residential education, because you learn as much outside the classroom as you do inside the classroom. I think we've never needed a liberal arts education more. We are at a point in this country where it's difficult to listen to one another, and colleges can model that kind of behavior. And I think Rhodes has such an incredible platform with its location in Memphis, with the kind of faculty, staff, and students it attracts to really be able to have an impact. It's absolutely essential that every member of our community feels they can bring their whole selves to the table. There's no better place than a liberal arts college to talk about issues of social justice. We're training the next generation to be able to lead and to think critically and to engage in constructive and civil dialogue with one another. And one of the things that really drew me to Rhodes was that a commitment to social justice and a passion for service is at the heart of the college's mission, and that's just such an incredibly exciting and appealing part of the Rhodes story.